LeBron James will always take every single opportunity to play the race card, and that's exactly what he did in his post-game interview last night, asking the media, why haven't you asked me about Jerry Jones and that 65-year-old picture of a 14-year-old Jerry Jones where he was an onlooker at something that happened in 1957. Why didn't you ask me about that and instead ask me about Kyrie Irving, you know, the NBA player, my former teammate? He tried to make it into some racial thing. Of course he did, but now a lot of people in the mainstream media are latching onto that, and we're gonna go over what just happened on First Take with Jay Williams, who I have not watched this in its entirety yet. I want to do a reaction here because this is what Jay Williams posted to Twitter before he went on First Take. Listen to this.
Tune into First Take today at 10 o'clock. I need Jerry Jones to denounce racism. I want to hear Jerry Jones denounce racism because I have not heard him do it thus far. I have a lot to say on this.
What an absolute fucking bitch Jay Williams is. I have not heard him do it. I've never heard him denounce racism. So silence is violence to these SJW fucks. That's what it is. And they're going to try to get him to apologize. Let me just make something very clear. The things that Kyrie Irving posted, I don't really give too much of a fuck about. It was wrong for the media to do what they did to him, to make him apologize for something. The idea that now these people who were defending Kyrie say he shouldn't have to do that are now demanding the same things of Jerry Jones. It's very fucking funny, isn't it? Now, we did a video reacting to LeBron James comments earlier. You can go back and watch that. I'll give you a little bit of sneak peek, but it goes on for like a minute and 30 seconds. But here's a little bit of it.
Okay. Hold on. Wondering why I haven't gotten a question from you guys about the Jerry Jones photo. But when the Kyrie thing was going on, you guys were quick to ask us questions about that.
And he turned it into, whenever black people do something, it's always all over the headlines. This Jerry Jones thing was all over. Are you kidding me right now? I think they might show it here, I hope. Yeah, here it is. This picture from 1957 when they were trying to desegregate schools. And Jerry Jones is there as an onlooker, as a 14-year-old. This was all over the place. The media was talking all about it. Stephen A. Smith defended Jerry Jones. And then after a couple days in the headlines, Jerry Jones was asked about it repeatedly. He had to answer for it. And then people moved on because this is a nothing burger. But to racists like Jay Williams, it's not a nothing burger. Here we go.
Great to have you, Jay.
Whatever you want, baby.
Jay, I'll start with you. Your reaction to all of this.
Do you mind if I just have a moment, Stephen A.? Sure. I'll look into the camera.
Sure.
I just want to specifically ask.
You mind if I just have a moment, look into the camera? This is so orchestrated.
Jerry Jones to denounce racism. I think it's very important with where we're at in this time in history right now. I didn't hear him do that with Colin Kaepernick. His silence was heard all over the country as related to George Floyd. And here was another opportunity where, frankly, Stephen A., I felt like his answer felt to me it was above approach.
I got to stop it here. He didn't speak out about Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick, it was nothing to do with racism. Colin Kaepernick, he's a bad quarterback, a terrible quarterback. He got benched before he kneeled for the national anthem. What is he supposed to speak out about? And then again, when it comes to George Floyd, silence is violence. If you don't speak out exactly the way they want you to speak out, they're going to label you a racist until you prove you're not one, until you prove you're an anti-racist. What do you want Jerry Jones to do? Come out and say, yeah, you know, this career criminal who was high on drugs at the time, it was wrong that this happened to him. Is that what you want? You want him to say that's all you're going to need. Then it'll be done, right? Then you'll never need him to denounce racism again. Fucking laughable.
Right? He was above the matter. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Mm-hmm. Jerry Jones, our friend. I think that's very important. And I say that because I don't condone the 14-year-old kid doing that. Like, I agree with you. We're on the same page. 14-year-old kid, curiosity. Yeah. But sometimes in life, there's good people and there's bad people. And what happened on his commentary when he was addressed about this, which he had multiple days to think about, the direct quote was, "I don't know that I or anybody anticipated or had a background of knowing what was involved. It was more of a curious thing." Mm-hmm. Why is Jerry Jones absolving the hundreds of people who were around him who had different intention? Why is he speaking for?
I don't think he's absolving anybody. He's saying, listen, I was 14 years old. We heard something was going on. We went and we walked and we looked to see what was going on. It was a curious thing. I think the curious thing is for him, where he's saying, I don't know what myself or anybody else had any idea what was going on. He's not absolving people, but what he's not doing is saying, well, I know these people were there for that reason. That's what he's not doing. He's not saying, well, I guess every other person there, they must have just been a racist, but I was just curious. He's not putting any onus on them like that. And, but yeah, I get it. You can't tell the difference.
For everybody's intention. When you could tell that maybe he was curious, but there were a lot of people there who weren't curious. There were a lot of people there who were racist. And that's okay to say. What was even more concerning for me is that when Kyrie Irving posts a pic of Hebrews to Negroes, we automatically come to the table by saying you need to denounce anti-Semitism. But Jerry Jones didn't denounce racism, right? It felt like he deflected. And how come he didn't use words, Stephen A?
What Kyrie Irving did was like, it happened in real time. It happened while he was in the league, while he was playing. It was addressed right in the moment. We're talking about a picture from 65 years ago, when he was 14 years old. I also wouldn't expect something from Kyrie Irving when he was 14 years old. Even now, 20 years later, I wouldn't expect there to be like some sort of, you need to say this, you need to say that for Kyrie Irving. What they made Kyrie Irving do is ridiculous. I've said that on this channel multiple times. But now the fact that people like Jay Williams want Jerry Jones to go through the exact same thing that they said was wrong.
Like that moment was a grotesque time in history. It was monstrous. It was ugly. Those kids didn't deserve that. But his whole approach, Stephen A, felt like
one of the kids was interviewed and said, man, you really should. I don't care about what Jerry Jones did. It's not that big a deal. It was a long time ago. No ill will towards Jerry Jones. But Jay Williams is going to be the virtuous one. But Jay Williams, he's going to be the virtuous one. I'm going to stand up for all these people. I'm going to say racism is bad. How stunning and brave I am to say that racism is bad.
He was above that. Now, I know there are power dynamics in how this whole situation works. Kyrie Irving is an employee, Jerry Jones, an owner of a team. And I get that people are going to say, well, at the end of the day, if it doesn't affect Jerry Jones's bottom line, then he's going to stay away from that. And what I'm trying to say right now, for where we're at in this time of history, you need to choose a side. Because that moment, Jerry Jones, the 80-year-old man, reminded me of the 14-year-old kid still being curious. And you can't be curious when you're in a position of power in the NFL representing hundreds of black people that work for your organization. The players have asked you to speak up about things like this. I just felt like it was a very missed opportunity.
I have to stop. This is disgusting. This is fucking disgusting coming from Jay Williams. He is sitting here and saying that because Jerry Jones isn't denouncing racism, that must mean he's a racist. That's what he's saying right now. Make no mistake. He can sugarcoat it every once. He can make all these deflections, whatever. That's what he's saying. He is calling Jerry Jones a racist if he doesn't say this. That's what he's trying to get to. This is so pathetic, but this is ESPN. This is what ESPN's come to at this point. Even when you have a rational take on there like Stephen A saying this is something from 65 years ago, it is crazy to try to cancel someone for this. You got to bring in someone like Jay Williams to do exactly that. Advocate for canceling him unless he bends the knee and says exactly the script that you want him to say. Disgusting behavior from Jay Williams, disgusting from ESPN. When I look at him, I see that same 14-year-old. What a bitch. I'm honest, I was going to try to get through this. I'm not going to play this. I'm not going to let Jay Williams spew any more of this bullshit, any more of these talking points, this orchestrated dramatization where he's supposed to just come off looking so virtuous. Fuck off, and fuck ESPN too. Let me know what you think about this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.